All right, Nerd Z, is you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Dalpesh, is you ready?
Yes, I am.
In a world where Sangha Sangdang Dia Zamfiran Tande Manchan Dia Karimandan Mandan Alminak Maminan Panchir Vanandan. I'm joking. This is the vet. I'm your host, Jay Hunterville. We got the Nerd Z
I
here.
cannot. I just needed some spoons to go and clank with that because that was needed.
We got Dalpesh here.
I don't. Was that more of the Tommy Lee?
No.
No. Oh.
In Nigeria, and the song's called Pantan.
Ponton.
Like the
Yes.
colors?
I don't know. I don't know what Pantan is, but the song's called Pantan. Is
Ponton.
Pantan a color?
Oh, it's
I
Panton.
I don't think so.
But
Panton,
the song is
Panton.
fire. I was listening to that song.
Panton.
Pantan.
What a Panton.
How are you guys doing? You guys good? You okay? Okay over
Yo,
there?
my AC is mashed up, and I'm just like.
Oh, the AC central air, or is it just?
I think a board I gotta get replaced, so I'm kind of just
That's the worst.
in the bed, melting. Just like.
That's the
Feel free.
worst, yo. Especially with the humidity and thing.
Yeah.
Nerd Z, how you doing? I know
I'm good. I'm recovering from Caribana and stuff.
Caribana. The chaos in Caribana.
Now let's get right into it. Why are you recovering from Caribbana?
So many things, man. So many things. And I'm actually very happy that you asked me that question.
Oh, okay.
The experience of Caribana was actually really great. This year I was not a masquerader. Usually I am. I think for the past 4 or 5 years I've been masquerading.
Okay.
So this is the first year that I was back as a spectator. And I was very, very upset with the spectator experience. I said I can understand why there are stormers now.
Wow.
I understand because clearly the experience is not for the viewership or the people who are walking in who are not participating and actually getting to view and see the culture. It's really just for the masqueraders. And I heard it before and people did express and say this before. And I was like, oh, okay, they're probably just upset because they're not actually participating. But now,
But seeing it from the other side of the fence.
yeah, I'm seeing it.
See,
Double fence.
From the other side of the double fence.
Double fence.
those events, yeah.
So
Shout out Icon, Stormtroopers.
a little upset. So I can understand why now this is there. And on top of it, I feel like the last year that I was in it, they had security on 10. That was one.
Okay.
They had so many security, it was ridiculous.
For real?
The previous year there was a lot of security. I think it was like overkill. There was a security guard for each pole.
But are you seeing it? But you're seeing it from the
That was from the masquerade.
masquerade. But
Yes.
there's still storm. Like there still was a storm.
They still stormed, but I don't think it was as effective because they had so many people there.
It wasn't as
And
tumultuous.
like the amount of actual fencing that was actually taken down, excuse me, wasn't as big as last year. This year, I think there were a few places for sure you can see that the fence was taken out, for sure.
It looked similar to a car hitting a guardrail or
Yes.
something. Like it just went,
Yes.
just went like
Dismantled.
dismantled.
Completely.
Yeah.
But like, again, I understand why. Because one, you couldn't see anything. What was I looking at? God forbid. Ping. And you had to walk in there and just see black.
So wait, hold on. Wait. So is it one of those things where it's like you pay to get through the gate and there's still a gate?
And
Or like how does it work?
You pay to get through the gate and there's still a gate. And the gate that you get through is black tar.
So yeah, you can't see anything.
You can't see anything. You
Was that like the whole
people
parade,
looking
the
at
whole
you
thing?
really walking through and not seeing anything. It really
What?
felt like a
Why did they tarp it? Why did they green tape the
I have no idea why they did it, but literally the entire section. So it was like double gated. So there was a gate that would separate you from vendors, and then there was a gate. But then there was a pocket that had space in between, and then there was another gate. But that gate had black tarp on it, so you couldn't see anything.
Yeah, from the... I'll link you guys the pictures that were taken. It's, yeah.
So it was just, it didn't make sense. If I was going to pay money to come in there
Was
and
it
be
like a
in the
pathway?
gap,
Is it like a pathway or just to be in the gap?
it's literally just a pathway through the whole entire parade.
There was no like exit to
And
go
you
into the
could not
parade?
know. That was it. So it was just kind of like, what is the point? So you literally, it was more like, this felt like more so a street festival. You know how like they have Jerk Fest and all those other things? They had it where it was like, if you wanted to be in the free section was you got access to the food. And that was another reason why I was upset. Because what food? What food vendors? First off, from the entire strip from what? Bathurst and Lakeshore. Okay? All the way down to the highway, to QEW, where the bridge is. I saw 5 food vendors
5?
telling you what food.
5's like one hand.
You seem quite angry about that.
I'm sorry. Because I was hungry.
Oh.
I'm triggered still.
You know what?
It's like you have to catch a bubble, run, catch a bubble, run out the thing, go to like Pizza, eat a couple, and then jump back in
Yeah.
the, what's it called?
But you couldn't even get from the outside in. That was the other thing too. So masqueraders couldn't even stop if they wanted to just go and actually eat food.
Oh, so you are masquerading until this
Done.
over.
Done.
Well,
So your truck had to supply your food for you.
Oh, wow.
So I could see that for them if they didn't have food or if, say, not enough. And I heard some people were saying that their band wasn't treating them very well. You know, they were very what's the word? Exclusive as to who they would give certain things to. So that was what it was. So not everybody got equal treatment and access to certain things.
Favoritism.
That was one. That was what I heard. And that's me walking as a spectator hearing this. All right.
this is, you know what I realized about Caribana? Based off what I've heard and based off like the numerous amount of things that I hear about Caribana, I didn't go this year. I was, I think that was the perfect time for me to move. So, which it was great. But one thing that I've always felt like when it came to Caribana, whoever owns Caribana, which is, I guess, Scotiabank allegedly, or whoever else allegedly.
They're sponsored.
They're sponsored. Yeah,
But whoever,
yeah.
I feel like they figured out the way to capitalize so much on profit and do just a certain the littlest requirement to gain so much more, in a sense.
So like you're talking skeleton crew.
Skeletons crew. So just give the bare minimum of fencing, security, and minimal safety, but we're gonna profit with the floats. We're gonna profit with the sponsors. We're gonna profit with the costumes. We're gonna profit with the vendors. Even though it's not much vendors, because sometimes I don't know if there's like a permit.
There's a pricing that you have to pay in order for you to be a vendor. And some people were complaining that the price was too high.
Now, roughly tell us like what. Give us a ballpark or like the price.
I don't think you know the price.
Well, when I did vendor, and this was back in 2018, for a 10 by 10, I believe it was like $1,100.
Oh, okay.
But now
I wasn't even selling anything.
Oh.
So I had to pay and shell out $1,100 with not receiving any money back. So I can only imagine what it would be for somebody who is selling. They're gonna charge you a little bit more.
With this inflation too?
So you're saying that I think that whole thing is just literally taking the Caribbean aspect of things, profiting it out of it, and then the actual Caribbean people that actually have their thing, you just want to tax them out and just write them off. It's like, you got to pay to play.
I mean,
which is fine to an extent if it was going to the community, actual community.
That's the part.
But I don't think it is.
Well, there was a lot of other things that I just felt were very, like, so like I said, like there were little side parties that were happening. They had DJs set up booth wise in between, and I guess that was for, again, spectators. They're like, oh, since you're not jumping and waving inside the band with the actual masqueraders, we will have this little, unfortunately, I feel
Side party.
pity party. But you know what?
A
Side party for you, because you know you're a spectator. You're not gonna actually see anything inside, anyways.
Did it work?
They had crowds. They were pretty good, but it wasn't like the actual like Caribana that I grew up knowing. And like I said, the vendors and the vendor spacing, that was a lot for me. Like right off the bat, that was a lot. It was the fact that I had to walk that far to get food. And I could tell you. And then on top of it, some of the vendors, they didn't even have signs on them.
That's
No, so you wouldn't really tell.
Couldn't tell you who it was, what food venue it was, nothing. They were just there selling food. And what I mean, the lines were nasty. You know, you and I have experienced this, where the wait is like 40 minutes long just to stand and get food.
40 minutes.
Yes. But the way that these lines were, and there was lack of organization from the vendors.
You didn't pay me. I pay already.
The side where you're making your order and then you're picking up your order. Why was the pickup order
Right beside
line
them.
as long as the ordered line? Crazy. And that's to tell you how little vendors there were, because there was like, it was just madness. I'm standing in a line. I'm looking at my partner like, you stand there and I stand here just to make sure, like, if my line moves faster, then you just come over here, and vice versa.
You know what I think?
What?
You know, it's something I realized, and I don't. Sorry if I'm going off topic, but you know what I don't like? That's a weird pet peeve for me. Like, if I order food, right? Let's say if I'm in the drive-thru, right? And I order food, and I'm waiting for my food. Why do I have to leave the drive-thru line? Sometimes you ever tell them? You ever hear they tell you, "Could you come back around?"
Right.
Or can you like
Take the number and then they'll
come back around or stop here? No, why do I stay here?
Yes.
And you give my food to me? You said it's gonna take 5 minutes, right? Why would you continue getting orders if you didn't get the people's food yet?
I mean, time is money. We don't. I mean, we can wait for your 5-minute thing, Mr. Sir, but. You know, we'll take orders in the meantime, collect this money, you know. And then, when we're ready, you'll get your food.
I find that kind of wild, though. You see what I'm saying? Does that make any sense?
No, it does. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
I know time is money, but you see what I'm saying?
Honestly, I would still prefer that than when I finally did get food. I only got a drink. It was a smoothie.
Ew.
And it was the fact that...
There's no calories. I mean, there's calories.
Trust me, it was air.
It's not
It was flavored air. That's what it was.
Flavored air.
I swear to you. Flavored air.
Wow.
And it was one of those ones where they make the smoothie in the fruit itself. So you can get the watermelon or you can get the pineapple one. So I got the pineapple. And when I mean...
What type of bit of... Yo, what type of pineapple is this? This is sour. It's not sweet.
Yo, when I
Come on,
mean...
that's a... Yeah,
that I'm standing there and I'm waiting and these people are talking to each other. Big conversation.
Oh, you see.
And we are right in front of them and they are not paying us any mind. And then when the conversation done, then they're like, "Can I take your order?"
Can I take your order?
Listen, the way I was ready to cuss stink. My partner was like, he's like, "It's okay, I understand you're hungry. Just relax." I said, "No." I said, "Where's the manager? Where's the person who's on duty?
Where's the
You can't ask
manager?
for a manager at a vendor
But-
thing, though. You can't, like, well,
At least run the shit properly, because whoever is supposed to be supervisor, they need to show up and step up, because right now it's not working. There are people in front of you. You can chit chat on the time when there's no line, but not when you have a whole line in front of you.
I hear you.
And if you're on break, go in the back. Don't stand there and chit chat on your phone.
Was there a back? Like, was there?
They could go by the truck.
Was
They
there a
could go
back?
by the truck.
Oh, okay.
They can stand farther from the tent.
Now, in regards of like there's just some normal things I just heard, like the complaints of like stormers.
So next year, make sure you eat something well.
Basically,
Eat something well. Make sure you get actual like outfits and participate in the parade. Make sure that Honestly, my biggest pet peeve really is the fence. Like, honestly, you did it to yourself.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm gonna say.
What do you mean you did it to yourself? Like the fencing?
The organizers of Caribana did it to themselves. They actually provoked the stormers because of the way that they set it up.
That's a new thing to.
I could not
Provoke.
I can't see the actual event that I pay for. And then you want me to come and give you $40 to go and watch Black Tarp and watch the top of the truck.
It was $40 for the wristband or whatever you're getting.
Yeah.
$40. That's
Now, can you? Okay, so
So you see what I'm saying? Oh, okay.
here's no, but here's the thing I've always heard about, like people getting mad about, like, you know what else funny? I was laughing to myself like when I thought about it, like the whole wristband and people like, oh, stormers are coming trying to get bubbles and da 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 da. What if, there was something called, like, I was laughing. It's like no wristband, no wine.
no, okay.
Would that be hilarious? Could that be
That could be a thing.
that could be a thing?
That can be a thing.
But wouldn't they wine with other stormers? Technically?
No. Well, sure, but
I mean,
are you gonna wine with a stormer or you want to wine with someone that's
In the mask. In the who's masquerading.
because I don't participate in those things anymore. So like
some of the outfits I've seen, they should have been in the parade. I'll just leave it like that.
that's not nice to say. That's not nice to say.
No, like
The
I believe-
designs this year were really great.
no, like how like
Walking on a fine lines. Because the next topic we're gonna talk about Lizzo, so be very careful where you go. Be very careful where you're going with this, sir.
no.
Yeah, I'm rolling.
Like how you see it's just it wasn't as colorful. It was just like neutral colors and stuff.
Plain.
But like no, they were dressed the same.
I always wondered how much like the carnival outfits are. I see them, but I'm like,
They're like anywhere starting from $375 upwards.
Mirati.
Sometimes you can get them as low as $200 depending on the actual band. But yeah, 200 to I would say 200 to 400 is the back line. That's the basic.
But
Very
what makes them special? Like what is it, like breathable fabric? Like what like
It's the
makes
wear, the fit, the actual gem.
so as you go higher on the price, you get like
more pieces and bigger pieces.
That,
So the feathers get bigger.
yo,
Your backpack gets heavier.
you can't have like small feathers still. If I'm gonna dress up, I want the feathers feathering.
Yeah, and those would be
You wanna
like
look like
$800.
Namor.
Like-
800 to 50.
More than Namor.
more than Namor.
More than Namor.
Namor.
Yeah, like.
Okay.
So like,
that's
but
like-
when
that's
you
like
do your
800 for
entry,
me.
you're not getting any feathers at all. Entry is just really the outfit itself, just your garments. So you get your wristbands or armbands, headband, thigh, maybe ankle, depending on which camp you're with.
Maybe ankle.
Maybe ankle. So if it's like something you don't get ankle, maybe that one's probably your 200. You get your bathing suit. You get a plain bathing suit, maybe just a 2-piece or a single piece. But those pieces are that's the bare minimum. That could be $200.
I heard people waiting long for their outfits, like waiting like 3 hours for the outfits to show. Like, that's what I'm saying. I just feel like it's a weird thing where it's like Caribana, I feel like people profit the most
But
from parties to events, but like,
Yeah.
does it really go back to
the community.
the community?
I mean, if you are an organizer, yes, it does. If you are.
Caribbean organized, or well,
Yes, if you are a Caribbean organizer, you are benefiting from it.
do you feel like, I'm just wondering? I don't know problem with you go Caribana and have fun and all that stuff. Like, the thing about it is just, I just feel like when I hear certain things about like costumes being taking long to produce and stuff like that, and it's like there's no money. It's like, how does that work with like budgeting? Is there money in the budget that they can have it made before time or on time? Like,
So,
how does it work?
This is where culture comes in.
Oh,
Right?
So you thinking it's like a last minute thing?
No, not a last minute thing. There's not a lot of people who are taking on masquerading anymore.
Oh, okay.
So people, when I was younger, it was normal for you to volunteer at a mass camp and construct whatever it is, the costume that it was that they were making that year.
But now they
and
want people
people
to
would
pay.
learn how to actually do it, right? And they would produce it. And this is how generations of people are now doing it. But when you look at mass camps now, I don't think you can find somebody really, unless there's particular people I could actually look at and say, okay, you. But that pocket of people who are the age that are doing it now, the next generation is probably not younger than 45.
Oh, wow.
So everybody is either 30 and younger or 45 and older doing Caribana. So there's a whole 15 years that are not participating, not learning the craft, not developing, not designing, not seeing what the back end looks like.
Is it like a financial thing? Is it like
No, it's not a
just
financial
cultural
thing. It's just a
people?
cultural. There's
Just people don't want to do it? Or?
they have not been, the torch has not been given to somebody else to say, okay, keep it going.
That's the age you're raising kids to. That average, that 30 to 45 gap?
Yeah.
Like I seen another person I went to school with the other day. He's a kid as well. So that you're busy raising a
Your
toddler.
children.
I just wondered if it was one of those things that, like, you know, you have Wonderland every year. Your Wonderland makes a certain amount of money. Mm-hmm. So, of course, they're going to pay somebody to train them before Wonderland.
Yes. But
I would think that would be with, like, the costumes as well.
yeah, but costume construction is also a long process.
Okay.
You know, like the whole, and then on top of it, you have to think about what's the number of people who are actually applying or like actually registering for with you. Those
There has to be
numbers
like
are
a perk. Like, you know, if you build costumes, you get to go to all these fetes.
So that's what it is for some people.
Sometimes, but I don't know. I don't know how it works. I just, you know.
Because one band can have how much people in a costume?
One mass camp could have up to like 12 bands in it.
Oh wow.
Yes. So like, say for example, you have, because this year's winner was Carnival Nations. Carnival Nations may have a different series of bands inside of Carnival Nations, but they all fall under Carnival Nations.
Right.
Best way for me to describe this, it's the same as like music. You have Young Money. Young Money is the mass camp, but then you had Drake, you had Wayne, you had Nicki, they are the bands.
Okay.
Right? So it's like,
Double entendre too, because they are a band. Yeah, okay.
right? But they collectively come together to unify Carnival Nations or Young Money. That's what they represent. So it's like each mass camp could have a different series of bands in them. And therefore it's like Tribal may have had, I don't even know how many they had, but each band has more than one, for sure.
Right. Wow.
And the designs are different. And each one have to make their designs and sell them.
And so, and you got to take a business course and learn how to
Sell it.
Sell it, yeah.
So out of 10, what would you rate it? What would you rate Caribana this year?
This year's Caribana out of 10.
'Cause, yeah.
As a spectator, I mean, as a masquerader, I could only imagine that it was an 8 in experience because the costumes look phenomenal.
Some of them I've seen, like...
The construction was great. I didn't see people's pieces fall off as much. So there was durability. You know, the pieces looked like they were actually intentionally made. There was thought. You can actually see the craftsmanship in the way that the pattern making, all that stuff. Like, from that, I would be like, it's definitely an 8. Mm-hmm. Good job. But the thing that I also didn't like was that the marshals were nowhere to be found. So who are they and who's leading you guys?
Lack of marshals type thing?
Yes. DJs seemed like they were doing whatever whenever they wanted. One of them stopped their truck in the middle of close to the end, but they just stopped their truck. But it's obstructing the flow of traffic.
What was the reason why they stopped the truck?
Because they just wanted to. I don't know. They wanted to have a little party. So because they wanted to have a little party, all the other trucks that were after them had to deal with the crowd that they had formed. and they had to pass through. So there are so many people that were delayed because of this. And even if we said there were no stormers there, it would still be a crowd. You'd like, still be dealing with this crowd.
Yeah, because like, what's the struck just
Let's
stopping?
build up our music.
Exactly.
I seen a video where I guess one of the guys, the bandsman, was on the mic telling people, if you don't have a wristband, move to the side. And he was just telling y'all to move to the side. He's trying to call people out and move to the side because whatever reason. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah. I feel like that's just one of those things you're going to have to deal with each time.
Yes, but
they're going to try more. I think they're going to slowly do more and more to try to reinforce it and get more money.
Well, then they think that they should do better when it comes to the experiences, because that's what people are paying for. They're paying for the experience. And I think that, like I said, if I'm going to be paying $40, I should not be looking at black. That's one. And I think, too, that they need to give guides.
You know what?
Because I don't know what the hell's going on, and I don't learn any historical things. Just because I am from the Caribbean, I know this because of my parents. Someone who does not, what is there to represent and show them historically, culturally? What is this about?
Speaking of the, I saw a lack of signs. I didn't really see like
nothing, no guides.
Arrows going like this way, like
nothing.
What this represents, what it's about.
If I see a truck going by and it says tribal, it says Carnival Nation, it says revelers, it says epic, it says whatever. Who are these people? What is it for? What am I looking at?
Right.
What is the history of these like bands?
I don't know if that's, to be honest with you, I don't think, like I understand if you're looking for a title, yes, but I don't think anybody at Caribana is looking for historical things. That's probably in the week before.
I mean, you'd want to know which band won.
Oh, yeah. You want to know what band. You got to know what band. You got to know the bands, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
But I thought you were thinking about like an informative piece.
No, if I got a guide, like to be like, this is what's happening, 2023. This is the route.
Does the same thing too.
These are the vendors. These are this, that.
But I think some people just dash that. They don't care. Some people. They be like, yo, what is this pamphlet? Yo, I'm storming the fence.
Well, mind you, someone like me, after walking a whole strip from Bathurst to like QEW, and I see no food, I would want to know where the guide is.
For those that are in Toronto, that are visiting Toronto.
Some people are too busy trying to be American that weekend.
That is hilarious.
Walking from Bathurst to the QEW.
Did you go to any events? Any like fetes? Any events? I heard things about that too, how the price has been going up for these events, but people don't realize that these tickets were out like 2 months or 3 months in advance.
Yes.
And if you didn't get it then, the price is obviously going to go up because everybody's going to have to pay more for reinforcements and get more people to come in.
I think the fetes
is this common things?
Yes, those are common. That's a common thing where it's like as closer to the date, the price goes up. That's normal. I went to Soak or Die on the Thursday. That was good. Cabana Pool Bar was great. I just feel like, I think maybe it's because I'm getting older. I just kind of felt like meh. But then the thing is, who I went with people who are from the States. So when they were telling me about their experience and how they see the scene in Canada.
It's lovely.
No.
Oh.
They said that Toronto just seems weird. And they were like, there's something about you guys where they were like basically saying, you guys know how to have fun, but then it feels weird. Like it doesn't feel like you're actually having fun. It feels like you're putting it on.
Fun for show?
Yeah, like they were just like, there's certain things there, like there's this, there's that, and whatever. And the person was like, he's like, okay, once the group of people come out, like from a organizing standpoint, because he was saying that the way that the girls were coming out, you know, regular bottle girls, they have the flares and it's like the bottles and they're pumping the bottles and it's like,
So they drop it, they just screw face again.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, they drop it and it's like nothing, right?
That is,
but it was just the fact that the girls came out, but instead of just the girls coming out with the bottles and then the sign and then the person and that's it. Nah, they were on this person's shoulder. All the girls were on the man's shoulder with bottles and something else was happening. And he's like, as they're walking by, he's like, what's going to top that? And he's like, and they did this at the very beginning of the party. So now what am I supposed to anticipate? He's like, there's no build up. I see everything from the beginning, this and that. Like, he's like, this is fun.
Like a movie trailer. They tell everything
And he's just like,
in the movie.
but now what? Is a midget gonna come out now? Like he was like,
Yo,
I don't know. I don't know anything about parties, man. I don't know. It sounds interesting, but I don't know. Like for
because
me,
it's experience, right?
it's I never really. When the bottle, like, this cool. Like, I remember the parties I went to and the bottles would come with this sparkles or whatever. It's not like I got, like, excited. I kind of was just like, oh, okay, something to drink, thank you. It's like my food coming to the table. Like, you know what I mean?
Right,
You're happy, you know.
You're not taking pictures of the presentation.
I realize it's probably like an ambiance, like, for everybody to see. Like, oh, everybody, like, you know, like, just enhance food. Like, it's like if you're buying at a restaurant and someone comes with like sparkles for like a sirloin steak. It's like, oh, this guy's getting a steak. Ace of spades, yeah. Like, I guess this is what it is, but I don't know. What do I know? What do I know?
I mean,
we
for
know.
some people,
So we have fun for show. That's an interesting.
yeah. He's like, you guys have fun, but it's like, it's just weird.
I may be
like-
old.
Look at me having fun.
It's just.
Make sure to look at
And I
me
was
while I'm
really
having
asking
fun.
him. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, tell me what do you mean? Like, describe where you're coming from, and contrast. Like, what's the contrast of the experience that you're explaining? Like, what do you express that to me? And he was just like, he's like, I'm not saying that you guys aren't fun. He's like, you guys are fun, but he's like, it's just weird. There's this undertone of weirdness that I feel, and it's like, and I just looked at him, and to be very honest, I said, frankly.
You feel it?
I'm like, I probably understand what you're saying. And I said, it's because we don't got celebrities out here.
Oh.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking it in a mental aspect. Like, you know how some people, they're at a party, but then they're thinking about, like, the bill they got to pay that month. You know what I mean? It's like you're at an event, but then you're thinking about the priorities that you're neglecting. That's what I thought. Where you're saying, like, they're having fun, but they're, like, crying inside. You know what I mean? He's like, ooh, 2 bottles of Casamigos. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to eat lunch this week.
Not, I don't have
Like, you know what I mean?
Yo.
Like, that's what I'm thinking when you say that. Like, but, I mean, celebrities, like,
Now,
I guess.
you said this person from the States, but I'm curious to know.
they from the states of all parties.
Oh, of all. What? Wait.
States of all parties.
States of all parties.
Yeah.
Cause I want to know, like, how, because New York has parade too, but I want to know in comparison to Toronto. Because, I mean, if people from the States are coming up here, that means something.
Yeah, they know
They know about Caribana.
Yeah, they definitely, like, we have people who are great ambassadors in sharing, like, what we have. And again, we are probably the second largest, but the best North American carnival.
So, no, I think it's number one.
No, we're second. Trinidad's number one.
Oh, you're talking
I
about
don't,
Carnival. Okay.
I don't know anything
Carnival.
about
I
it.
think
Yeah,
we're the second.
Trinidad will always be one. Always.
Trinidad is number
Shout out
one, but
Trinidad.
we're the second. But we're
TNT.
the number one in North America
Yeah, they
when
said
it
number.
comes to
they said-
right. So if we're the best in North America, then that means everyone would come up to us because we're the best, right? But yeah, I don't know.
I'm just gonna
I would like to experience other carnivals in other places in the world so I can really contrast.
listen. All I'm gonna say,
Go to,
you guys.
Puerto Rican Day or something.
I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. You guys better reinforce, fund, and support, I guess, your carnival in the best way you can. Because I seen the carnival in Rotterdam in the UK where they made those laws where it's like there's no bad that, no wine up,
No whining.
no
Can't
certain
show certain
music,
things.
can't show certain. They're going down the aisle like
clothing.
it's Sweet Caroline.
They're
Bling, bling,
just doing
bling.
it like the old
Steel
school.
pa-
Yo.
It's terrible.
Like Sparrow's music.
It's looking like Santa Claus parade,
It's looking like Santa. Wow.
but like worse.
But that is the actual cultural wear though.
But it's
That is what you
that
would
place
wear.
look like.
When did the bubbling
This
actually
is
started,
when
though?
this is when ballet dance, and if you don't know what ballet is, go look it up. That's what Google's for.
But you see what it looked like in the UK? Like it looked like
It looks traditional.
is that what it just dry?
Traditional.
Like no music, just dry. It looked like
Wait, it had no music.
no.
No, they
No,
had
but-
music, but you
music,
could.
just-
There was limitation on what music was played, limitation on the outfits and what was worn. There was restrictions on how the outfits were worn. No bubbling was allowed.
no whining.
So much things. So many
Gentrified.
restrictions. Yes.
Gentrified, basically.
Because they were like, no. But again, they're going from it from a cultural and traditional perspective where it's like, this is what Caribana is about, right? So,
You sure?
but I mean, that's what it was. If you look at it, it's about harvest. A lot of people don't know that, and that's why I'm saying,
Me
like,
personally, I thought it was a Starbucks float ready to come in and just take over the game. I thought a Starbucks float was going to be there serving teas.
That's
Grande fet teas.
I
yo.
cannot with you.
And because it has coconut, it's cultural. That's
Wow.
what I thought it was.
Wow.
But they had to have some pumpkin spice.
I'm
Just
stressed.
to state that, you know who we are. That's just what I thought when I saw that carnival.
Anyway,
That's like a fet with raisins. You ever had a fet with raisins?
that's really what it was coming from.
No, I hope so. I hope so.
Traditional stuff.
I hope so.
And I mean, nothing's wrong with that. It just means that that's a different environment and that's a different flavor of carnival. So if you're going to go to, what is it, Notting Hill?
Rottenham or whatever.
Wherever
UK.
Wait, was it UK or Netherlands?
One of them.
It was actually Netherlands. Netherlands.
I thought it was the UK. Rotterdam?
Rotterdam.
Whoever it was in Europe. All right?
Holy God.
I'm just going to say.
Tomato.
We're going to just figure that it's, I'm really giving them the blah, eh? Because that's really what it is. Giving the
You're
blah.
saying that you're believing that it's a cultural tradition.
That I'm going to say it's a traditional thing. They want to give the historical experience. That's what it is. They want it to be of the root of why it actually was created. And that's what I'm going to leave it as.
Damn, I can't have my shirt off?
No.
No.
So they want it for historical reasons. So if you want history, you go to wherever the name is in North America, in Europe.
But my hands are on her hips. No, I can't do that.
No, you cannot.
I mean, it would be nice to see a ballet dance. Like, and when I say ballet, not belly, ballet. Because if some of you all know your history, you know that the French had colonized, had dropped into the Caribbean in certain places.
Is that how ballet was made too? They just cultural
No, not
appropriation.
ballet.
Just never mind.
But the ballet is like the whole, whenever you see those ladies with the big skirts and they have the white on with the ruffles and the stacked tiered, and then they use the actual like parts of their skirt to actually dance when it's like waving like that. It looks like, and they're all uniformed. That
Okay.
is what it is. That's traditional Caribbean dancing. And that's what they used to have in the parades. One thing I love when it comes to history-wise, though, jab, Grenadians did it well.
I
did it
seen just
well.
mud. Like I don't understand. Do you guys have? I was watching these fets,
Oil?
Yeah.
and I'm watching all this stuff, and I'm like, yo, where are your eye wash stations? Y'all got eye wash stations?
That
Because
is
my goodness,
one place and one
like
piece.
I'm seeing tar, like engine
Tar.
oil,
Yes.
Engine
powder.
oil.
If that catches the eyes,
Yeah, you can.
where are you running to? There's no eye wash station.
That's why I love them.
Okay,
The history is so
you gotta
in
go
your
in with
face.
you gotta go in with goggles,
Yes.
You know what?
and that may be a good thing.
For my first time going to a fet, I may bring goggles. Look out for me. Straight, no, like that's
Water and paint might be coming at you.
yeah, like I'm trying to get that in my eye. Like, what?
I remember I
You
seen
only
people.
experience that really at that
Some people they when you wear going to those fets, just remember that you're not gonna wear again because you're not gonna wash off those stains. Apparently,
Those don't like.
they don't go. They don't go. They don't go. They should do Tide Carnival, Tide Banner,
I mean, they do.
Tide Banner
I-
pods. Get rid of every
I
stain from any fets.
That
paint to Banner
You know
pods.
what?
Probably have to take that
That's
out of the
gonna
pod.
be the sponsor next year.
Tide.
Tide.
Tide Pods.
Tide
Pods.
sponsors a job
Yes,
would be
yes.
hilarious.
But you know what? Y'all need to sponsor us So we can do the interview at Caribana.
No, they have to do
We-
a fet. Dawn presents.
We should probably do
Soca
it.
or
We
Dawn.
gotta interview. We gotta
Get rid
interview
of
the
grime
organizers.
and can
Yes.
you imagine?
After
Dawn,
Yes.
after the gate has collapsed,
Yes.
a Dawn station,
we walk over.
sunlight station.
We need you to sponsor us for next year for 2024,
Nah, man.
so we can show the peoples after they go to a fete. This is what they use, so they can get rid of all
To get
The
rid of all
paint.
the grime.
Yo,
the
that's
powder,
Palm olive.
the oil. Listen, we're here for you.
I
Just
think Caribbean
connect
people
with
use palm olive. They use palm olive. Palm olive.
not palm oil.
Palm olive, the green one.
the green one is the best one. No,
Palm Olive presents Palmnation. I'm joking. I'm sorry. I would have never separation. Speaking of Palmnation, y'all really still bought tickets?
the early birds got sold.
Y'all
out.
really sold out the early birds for real, guys?
So I was
You guys
surprised.
don't learn. You guys have money, eh? You have money for Wiz.
Is Shensia like a brand ambassador for them? Because she's all over the page.
I mean, does she know?
Yo, guys,
yo,
let's just be honest.
That's one and two.
does
let's-
Shensia even know?
Let's be honest about
And I
these type of
mean,
things.
we can forgive people, can't we?
I'm gonna say this.
But this is like the fourth time.
Here's the thing.
Wait, this is how many times?
I feel like this is the second time. This would be the third event.
If you're, are you counting reconciliation?
I mean,
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. Here's one thing I got to realize. You know,
it's very bold.
this ain't the first time we've seen people on a flyer that never come to the parties. Like sometimes you see Melissa Ford or like Princess, like I think shout out Queen's Flip, he said it. Like you know times you've seen parties of a girl on the flyer, and you know that girl's not gonna be there.
Yo.
Bernie's Burgers is not gonna be at this party.
Yo,
Yo,
and this is
This video is not gonna be at the party.
this is something that I have like literally stressed to DJs here, and I'm like,
Yeah, don't.
please do not use these people on your flyers. Go get a real person that is actually here in Toronto and put her on the cover of your flyer.
That's
like,
gonna be
That's
there.
it.
That's actually gonna be there.
That's actually gonna be there too.
like that's it. Or get one of the Instagram baddies here. Like we have them.
Melissa Ford hasn't been here in like how long?
No, shout out Melissa Ford though. You gotta respect her though.
No, like, I mean like in the city. I mean like
She
was
is
here
the
last week.
She's the staple baddie from Toronto.
Shout out
Yeah.
to her.
I mean,
She is the staple.
what?
But I don't know what happened. Why we stopped?
No, Melissa Ford is doing her thing. I'm gonna say that she's
No.
doing her thing
Oh.
on the Joe Budden pod. We don't know what type of hidden money that girl has. You know
Hidden
what I mean?
money.
Not hidden money, but like we can't watch people's pockets. We don't know what they're doing.
Yes, we can.
No,
No, but
like you just I don't know. You just can't say that.
no. Sometimes you have to watch people's pockets though, like because
Yes.
this person in particular, I don't know how
How they're moving.
September, what is it?
Yeah, Palmnations.
September 23rd.
That's when it's happening?
That's the date. Yeah. That,
Yo.
I assume it's that weekend. Like
Long weekend again.
But now wait, I got a question though. Here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hold on.
because I'm wondering, like, you know, when I think about it all alleged, you know what I think about?
Yeah.
Because
Saturday, Sunday. So, yeah.
so what happened like, last year? It wasn't that the fact that the people didn't show up. It was just the conditions were very bad, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
there was not enough water. They were throwing away water and using it to fill in for some other stuff
Whoa.
because they were out of cups. So shortage on actual serving stuff again goes back to
So it wasn't
But-
necessarily the people not being there. It's more like just the management was trash,
for customer service. Yes.
and it was all blamed on the fence.
Look at that.
It was all
What a
blamed on
running
the
theme.
fences.
But anyways,
That's what I'm trying to get to because it's like, why do I feel like
fences are our enemies. But you know what?
it's-
Wasn't that
Yeah.
a play too? And wasn't that one of the biggest? You know what? Like,
yeah, fences are.
fences is a play, and it was something about
There's something.
enemy.
There's something to do with fencing and breaking the fence. And then because breaking the fence, it caused everything else. So Kingston Fest, that guy used the fence every time. If you looked at the interviews and everybody's like, yo, he scam. He's like, no. The reason why the lights didn't turn on was because of the fence. The reason why this person didn't show off was because of the fence.
But you know what's
the reason
funny?
why this happened? The fence.
But I find it, maybe it's also the way that they arrange who does what in the tiers that they do it.
Right.
I think that's really the issue. So because like from what I understand, they had broke the fence because the people who had paid general admission
We're too far.
were so far that the people in VIP or whatnot or who paid a premium price were so significantly closer. That it was just like,
But
what
that's
the hell?
but that's the thing. That's how you pay to play.
Right.
You got to pay to play.
Right. But when you go to other places,
like Rolling Loud.
right, or even like Manifesto, if you are paying general admission, you don't see the people who paid VIP.
I don't know how that works, baby. Yeah, you may
Wait,
be right.
you're telling me, you're telling me in Kingfest, like, you're just in the crowd and you're just like, is it the VIP people? Nah.
I think the VIP would be on the stage with them. With the performers. Like you as general are looking. VIP would literally sit on the stage.
I don't remember. I never.
That's crazy.
But that's the thing.
They had better sound quality, obviously.
But based off what he said, though, he was just weaponizing the fact. Well, he kept bringing up the fact that none of these issues would have happened if the fence wasn't put up. So he blamed the people. Like that was his leverage point every single time. Yes, we had bad fence, but the fence. Yes, we had water, but the fence, people. If you guys did not storm the fence, none of this would happen. I don't care how far. It could be out the club.
Or even
Out the event. They didn't care. That's why they fenced it that way. Because, if you want VIP, you pay to play. You pay to get closer.
This is true. You pay to get closer.
So
but
I
I mean,
think-
was it obnoxiously far though?
Of course.
And
Of
I think
course.
that's part of it.
And
like,
they're agitating. And sometimes I wonder if it's like a systematic move. Like if it's like agitating people. So example, now you have double fence at Caribana.
With the black tarp, don't forget that.
You still get paid, but you still got a fence. So it's like,
black tart.
I don't know. Sometimes it's just like, sometimes I wonder if people are trying to like set up something to fail in a sense, but it didn't hit hard enough for it to be like, okay, don't do it. That Kingston Fest guy, it sounds pretty bad, but because you can't necessarily blame him because he blames people that tear down the fence. And it's like, did the fence go down? Yes. Well, that's why.
But not realizing that the meter, how far it is, was
Doesn't
probably
matter to
his
him.
concern.
And that's unfortunate.
All about the fence.
It's all about the fence. That whole conversation when he talked to Brandon Gomez, he never ran back from the fence. The one time he ran from the fence is when he was talking about popcorn and got cussed out same time.
Right.
So I'm not gonna. I'll say this.
Is the word fence?
Those people need behavioral public relations. That's what they need.
Wait, hold on, guys. There's the word fence,
Yes.
and then there's the word defense.
That's funny.
What do you do when you're defensive?
Yeah.
You're preventing something from,
Getting
Offense.
yeah. So once the defense,
Achieve.
so you
That
guys,
means you're in a competition or you have an opponent.
yeah. So once they defense the fence, then
That's hilarious.
these bars, man. I'm telling you, I should, don't rock with me, man.
When you're talking about the bars of the fence or the bars of the bars.
Bars of the fence,
Okay.
and the bars of the bars.
I'll just.
Ton drop blood.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just say this, yo. Y'all be safe. It seems like so far there hasn't been anything crazy of an event where like something bad's happened. It seems like all the events I've heard of have been pretty great.
Lit.
Yeah, I heard. I didn't hear anything.
It's crazy. This is the 1 year I said, yeah, I'm not doing anything this year.
And then look what.
And look at this. Look at this. Y'all want to behave now? I went through Sands and all this nonsense.
Yo,
And you guys want to behave now? Okay.
but when Sands did
Maybe it's me.
Sands
Maybe
did
it's
something. Sands something that. Wait, so Sands did something this year, and
It was great this year. It was great this year.
So they had their redemption arc.
No, I think they've probably been booming from time. I don't know. Because Sands is a thing that travels around the world. Travels around different places. I still like the slow jam party.
Oh my
God! Every time,
Yo,
you guys
I'm
be
gonna go.
You guys be.
I gotta hit one.
You guys be freaking selling out your tickets. No, now you guys are gone. You guys are in like Dubai. Now you have places,
yo.
and it's like I can't even be.
Next one in Toronto is in September.
I can't even be mad at you guys, yo. You guys are successful. You guys are doing some great things. based off the historian, I heard how you guys started and now where you guys are. Congratulations to you all. You know.
It's like at this point, I have to like photocopy a ticket or something.
Nah, you're
Please
not gonna get
people
it
don't do
still. They would not. Shout out to the organizers. Y'all had Ludacris pop up out of nowhere. Y'all just doing everything what y'all supposed to do.
Great thing.
And I'm about to tear up because I haven't been to one yet.
Me neither.
Various reasons. It's like I can't even blame saying that like the tickets were sold too early. So then I'm an idiot. I'm just an idiot. And things happens where like you just have to look at it like you fool. You little fool. You want to blame people. You can't blame them for them selling in 5 minutes. It's your fault. You know when I was about to open up.
I'm rolling.
I'm joking. But what else happened this week?
More Toronto candidates of what was the one of them?
Pierre Trudeau coming to Downsview. Was it Downsview?
Downsview Station, yeah. Downsview Park Station, whatever it was.
As we talk about politics.
Now while he was
I don't know how
taking pictures and photo ops, in the midst of his relationship, this guy was going through a separation.
Mm-hmm. It's so unfortunate.
What did Idris Elba do?
Why is everybody saying Idris Elba? Why are people saying Idris Elba?
Yo, because when the pandemic was jumping off,
why is Idris...
JT got trapped in England, and I guess the theory is they had to quarantine together.
With Idris?
And his wife probably, but then, there's a little like...
Oh my God!
A little bit like, like rubbing and a little whispering.
First off,
my brain went so
Idris will
left.
never... First off, Idris will never... I could never see Idris try to deal with Justin.
Married?
Yeah. And do you see his wife? You think he just lose... You know what? I'm going to leave that alone. But I'm just say this.
No,
I doubt that Idris is going to be doing anything with Justin.
It's not Idris. It's not Idris.
It's not Idris.
It's not Idris.
It's not. I'm just gonna say this. I could tell.
Wait. What do you mean?
I'm gonna tell you this.
What do you mean it's not Idris?
That's what I said. My mind went completely left when you said how they had to spend quarantine together. Oh, and now here they are.
I don't know where this Idris thing comes from.
JT's wife is getting divorced. Oh.
But I'm gonna tell you this.
I know people are making jokes like
she didn't like Trudeau for, I don't know if it's like a family thing. I don't know, because I remember when it was vaccination. And she's there, and he tried to like put her hand on her lap. Move your hand. Move your hand. And it's when you kiss it on public, is like, yo, that's the worst.
Wow.
Is it because during COVID it's like restriction of any touching or anything like that, and then here he is doing the same thing?
No, because that's his wife, man. Hey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Just because of COVID restrictions doesn't stop people from touching.
Yeah, but if you're supposed to model good
especially in a relationship, what?
Yes.
People, remember, there's a lot of people that were pregnant during COVID, eh?
That was okay.
There's some people were
COVID
6 feet. 6 feet. What?
Who can turn their neck the minute they come out the womb? Apparently.
Mm-hmm. And lift their head up.
And lift their head up the minute they come out the womb. That's crazy. I don't know.
What?
All the stress, man.
No,
That's what COVID babies were all known for.
They can lift their head up
immediately.
Newborns, they were like lifting their heads up, like looking around. Lifting their head.
It usually happens like 3 months, 4 months after, but right out the womb.
That is scary.
Right out the womb.
Yeah. They were gripping hands. They would hear somebody speak and actually know how to turn their head towards the sound.
That's crazy.
They said that doesn't happen. So this year, like COVID babies, they were the first to actually see this.
If you had a baby 2020, 2021, 2023, man, you got a superhero. Mm-hmm. X-Men, look out.
That is low-key kind of scary. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I'm gonna just say, that is just, that is madness. And you know what?
Idris Elba, look what you did.
I'm just surprised. I'm just surprised he didn't step down, yo.
Step down.
She should have stepped down like Tory, man.
Why?
Because Story had an affair and he stepped down.
That's hilarious. But we don't know if
he
JT
said,
has
I'm out.
Affair.
No further questions. This guy should have come here with my fellow Canadians.
In a way.
I know there's separation, but you know what will not separate us? Us working together as fellow Canadians.
In a way.
To combat COVID.
Because I think an election's coming up. So in a way, he's kind of doing a step down in a way. Yeah, like...
It's like, my damage is done here.
But You're funny.
Imagine the
Yo.
reason why he's running our country poorly is because of the relationship.
Oh, taking it out
So
on the
girls
country.
are the problem again. I'm joking. I'm joking. I think, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Oh, damn.
I'm gonna say this.
Wait, let's play with that though.
I don't
Problems
think.
at home, and he's just
And therefore, it's now taking it out on
whole-
us citizens.
a whole country.
What?
Yo, that's
She wants money, so you all get money. Here, take it. Serve. Everybody wants a problem. Everybody says you're a whole to serve, but you guys gotta pay back immensely.
Yo, someone made another evil joke where like he had like a headband thing because he was playing with his children or something. But people said she might have Sophie may have given him a little tune up. Just
I said tune up.
give a little
Body check.
You ready?
give him a body check. Checking his fluids and everything. Just making sure, you know.
Can you imagine she got them dirty
Allegedly.
punches? Them dirty punches. This, you ever see? I was about to say, I was watching like, I might switch the topic. I was watching there's been a lot of fights that I don't know, for some reason, from this last weekend watching like Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. There's a fight there. There's a fight here. Like this 2 weekends I've been watching nothing but fights.
Right.
And not even like entertainment fights, like sports entertainment fights, yes, but then like real life fights. And I seen the one where in Jamaica, at a resort, the woman, like I guess a woman that wasn't working, one of the people at the resorts, she just threw her drink at one of the workers.
Disrespectful.
And that worker went to town. It's fight time. It's fight. The other girl tried to jump in, and that worker was dealing with two people at the same time. Now, I thought to myself, when it comes to like Caribbean women or Caribbean people or just workers and like service workers, like especially in like different countries, you guys need to learn that not everybody
Is with that smiling stuff.
is with that
they-
disrespect.
Disrespect stuff.
Like, and I don't know what made you think that you can fight certain type of woman, but like there's something about like a Caribbean, I'll say Jamaican because based off what I know, but there's like certain type of Caribbean or Jamaican or whatever woman that they're built a certain way. It's not a bad build, but it's like a certain build where it's like
eating porridge growing up.
no,
Getting the forearm
no,
strength.
no.
Eating the plantain.
Eating like boiled dumpling.
Boiled dumpling, okay.
Like they're the one that were cleaning the yard at home. Like
By
they were-
hand.
By hand.
By hand.
Like they were washing clothes by like scoops, like
Nah.
scoops, like scoop power.
What machine?
Like they have like
hand.
these shoulders. Like she has like the shoulder, like Trent, like, and then they have like the natural hair with the ponytail in the back, and they go to work that way, just slip back, want no attachments,
Discussing the slick back.
and decide you want to go fight that girl. She's usually like strapped too, like Trang,
Yeah.
like nice figure, whatever, maybe but Trang,
Right.
and you decide to throw a drink at that one. Like she's not gonna hit you with this part of her hand, like this part.
Oh shoot! Like
This
the
part, like this part, where it's like,
karate chop
like-
deluxe. Like
you ever heard someone get punched in a hollow part in the body? Like,
get-
like the part that like is supposed to be somewhere there, but where she hit you was like, and you want to fight that woman? Yo, you guys gonna do that? She need boiled dumpling and corned beef and cabbage, and it's a 12-hour shift. She's tired of smiling all day.
that's yo.
She's dealing with certain people that says, "Wow, there's too much seasoning in my food." You're dealing with people that is just like, "Hey, where I am at, you can't talk like this," and all that stuff.
Trying to correct my.
And then
English?
you have to deal with the people there that are like, kind of like, "Oh, you got to be respectful to these people."
Be
No matter what,
respectful.
you think they're gonna just let you throw drinks in their face? We're not getting the wrath of like country. Like the wrath of country, like I don't know, man. Y'all, I'm gonna say this for everybody. Like, just because you have your some privileges don't work all over the place.
Yo, I mean,
It doesn't work all over the place.
that is true.
You gotta treat people with respect. You see what happened with those white folks in Alabama? They tried to jump the security guard. The man told them to move the boats. They tried to jump him. Mans were swimming over to the black guys, black people. Yo, sometimes I see that as it's like, you know, you're promoting violence, but like.
People are more shocked at the fact that he actually swam across and jumped out the water.
You're promoting violence, but some people need a lick. Like sometimes, like, you know, if you hit me and I hit you back, and you don't realize that you shouldn't have hit me. Sometimes you gotta realize you shouldn't have hit somebody.
See, I think that is okay. Not to say that I condone violence, but it's one of those like you are coming out of malice or a place of malice and then you want to use harm because of it. But if you hit the person and it's like, I'm not the one, and you hit them with the same energy, I think that's enough to be like, ooh.
Like,
Think about that.
Like the baseball fight that I saw. The man's like, yeah, you want to fight? You want to fight? Let's go. He's swinging, he's hooking up. The man hit him one time, and the man said, oh!
Yeah. That's all it needs to be.
And he sat down. And then everybody's breaking up the fight. And the thing about it is you see him get up like, I shouldn't have done that. But like, he has to hold it together because
right.
the man them are there and whatever.
And you're on camera too.
And you're on camera.
And you know it's going to be on the internet.
And you know it's going to be on the internet. And you're like, yo, what up? Yo, everybody's holding me back. But you're just like, thank God you were here. Thank God you're here.
Thank goodness.
Because that man rocked your chin. Like rocked him. Like he sat him down. So, more of a story is, keep your hands to yourself. Keep your drinks to yourself.
Please do. Like,
this is not Real Housewives of whatever. You can't do that in Mobile. Like, just because you see people do it on Jersey Shore and Real Housewives, throw drinks and then try to grab hair, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work all the time. You're gonna mess with the wrong one.
That's a controlled environment. Like, the security is there. Like, sometimes when there's no security, by the time you get the Honda, maybe 10 slap, maybe someone will come over and kind of break it up. But you are getting an Honda 10 slap.
Some people get licked, and then you could just see them like, and they just, they can't get it together. They're just all over the place. Like, I've seen fights where someone started a fight, got dealt with, got escorted out in a fetal position. Still like this, like, oh, like, you know what I mean?
Like
Checking,
a newborn baby.
Checking, like, am I bleed? Like, you got thump in your head, and you're feeling your head because you feel like a cold breeze. After fight, you already get hit and you hit a cold breeze.
Oh, that's
like that cold breeze. Something just happened over here. Am I bleeding? You know what I mean? The cold breeze, that cold draft of just.
Am I bleeding?
What? You know what I mean? It was the heat of the moment, but then you feel a cold breeze. Something happened. The adrenaline's wearing off.
It's now. Next segment. Why is someone built a certain way telling other people of similar built that they're more built than the person that's making the call?
We're talking about Lizzo.
Like, how you BBW, but then you're telling other people that you're more BBW than me.
Well,
like,
easy.
what do you mean easy?
If you have that type of confidence in whatever some people just say. A lot of people be saying things that they be doing the exact same thing. A lot of people be just chatting out like, yo, you shouldn't be doing that, and they be doing it too.
I mean,
this is true.
But I don't.
Wait.
But I mean, for the profession itself, because they are dancers, adding 10 pounds is a lot. Because
then, if you add my calculations with the camera, that's 10 pounds base times 1.35. That means you actually gain 15 pounds on the camera. Mm-hmm. No, but I'm poking fun of it, but it's actually kind of.
This is true.
Weirdly
I
true.
just don't understand.
But
it's hard for me to
too.
believe. It's hard for me to believe this actually happened.
What, that she had told people that they need to lose weight?
Just saying that just makes me tickle. Just tickles
No, not even only that.
my
Like,
pink inside.
just the whole banana thing and like all these. You heard about all this that's happening? Mm-hmm. Like
pressuring. So wait.
Pressuring dancers to go and do sexual acts with sex workers or strippers?
I guess strippers
performers?
they were at the red light district.
Yeah.
And all that stuff and telling them to grab who knows what.
A banana. I assume
Eating a banana.
yeah, I assume it's peeled. So a
Someone's
peeled banana. Wait, follow me, guys. A peeled banana that goes into the Gina, and they had enough Kegel and pelvic muscle exercise to fire it out and to hold it one.
We don't know if it was fired.
Wait.
To have somebody eat.
If it was, we don't know.
Hold on, wait. You guys are jumping. You put in the hearts before the card. Fired out like a projectile. Maybe a couple, like a feet or two.
We don't know.
Wait, hold on. And then maybe 2 feet at most. And in like a triumph of the right arm going up, Lizzo just catches it and be like, "All right, which one of you guys are gonna eat this?"
Supposedly you were eating it out
Why
of
you
it.
made it sound like it was like a
Actually-
football machine
eating it
that
out
just
of
shot
Gina.
up and it had like curved spirals and
Out of Gina.
caught it one hand like a wide
They
receiver.
were
What are you
like
doing here,
almost
sir?
mouth to mouth with
Sir,
Gina.
Sir,
That's what
why
they
are we why are we talking about it like
So
this?
wait a minute.
That's not.
Not catapulting like it was a
It
cannon.
wasn't catapulting. No.
Supposedly, they were almost making out with Gina.
They're making out with Gina, but
Basically.
there's a banana being held in there by Kegel and pelvic muscles.
Yes.
So I guess while they're making out with it, it'll just slip in like, and then just they'll take a bite out of it.
Yes.
Good potassium. Now I don't know if the Gina enhances it or I don't know the juices.
Or the fun of it. I don't know.
I don't know if the juices pickleize it or something. I don't know, but
Pickleized. I can't with you about pickleized.
Now, as I try to stay away from that whole situation there, I believe I don't know. It's kind of, I find it kind of weird though. I find it kind of weird still. I find it kind of weird still. Because like for me it was just like, you know what is weird? It's like,
you can't talk to every Gina. I'm sorry, man.
You ever seen
Pickleize.
You ever seen those videos where like the bully, the parent goes to the school? I seen it's like the parents go to the school and she's talking to the child and he's like, "You bullying kids, huh? You bullying kids? Weren't they just bullying you and now you bullying kids over the same thing? What's the matter with you? Go apologize."
Wow.
And it's like now you're in this situation where it's like you're bullying people for the same thing that people were coming at you about. I don't know if it's true. It can't be true. It can't be. That's unwell. That's really unwell. That's not okay.
That's not.
That is deranged.
Okay.
That's preposterous.
Wow. Yes.
It's gone to the point that people were afraid to talk about Lizzo's. People's careers are on the line.
Look what happened to Aries Spears. We covered it.
People's careers are on the line.
When we covered Aries Spears.
But the thing about it,
the minute he said that,
some people have their own demons. Hey man,
it's crazy.
I mean, she got a good defense.
throw
on
rocks
her.
at a glass house.
She has a good defense on her.
I was watching this girl. On
What kind of
TikTok.
defense? Sorry. Okay.
So I was watching this
Like
girl
Kingston
on
Fest
TikTok.
defense,
Yeah.
or like
I'm-
Caribana defense, double wall, double fence.
Oh my
with a
goodness.
black tarp.
Can't get past her. One lariat and it's over.
Donald Trump wall of defense.
Pin 1, 2, 3.
Well, someone was saying that if that were the case, right?
I'm
It's in her. It would be in her favor that they would lean towards because she would actually win the case.
Saying what?
So she was saying like if she went and she got PR, the PR would turn around and be like, it's the fact that these women are
liars. No, but
and bullying against another big woman.
but the what?
Right.
But it cancels out. Like it's
Yo, you know what's the funny thing? I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been in multiple arguments where things got canceled out, and I'm like, hey, that doesn't solve the problem here. You can't just cancel out shit because it doesn't solve the problem. Forgive me more for cursing, but like, Like what?
So yeah.
I hate. No, sorry.
here-
can I
here's
can
the
I
other-
str- can I stress something?
But wait,
Can I
wait,
stress something?
here's the other
I'm like,
defense.
hey, you need to stop. You need to stop doing this.
Here's the other
You need to
defense.
stop. You need to stop hating black women. I'm like, this is not even a race. It's just a principle. Stop doing that.
Oh,
So
This has nothing to do with race.
So that's
It has
actually,
nothing to do with race at all.
That's actually what the defense would be, is the fact that she has everything to play on aside from her being a black woman, a black full-figured woman. So the fact that she's like, hey, okay, if you are a dancer, gaining 10 to 20 pounds as a dancer is unprofessional.
remember my formula? It'll be 20.
So, right, and then it adds to the pounds on the camera, right?
That's-
So from a aesthetic, performance, dance, repertoire perspective, then your professionalism to keep yourself up to date and in shape for dancing might be jeopardized because you haven't been actually keeping to your diet. So the professionalism would be a response to that one.
I just want to... Hold on a second.
And mind you, this was a girl who was...
which makes sense.
Yes.
Which is strange, but makes sense.
Because, I mean, even as someone who is a dancer, the weight that I have gained significant amount of weight.
Oh.
I have gained about 40 pounds.
I mean, I saw
Whoa.
it from her show one time for the big girls.
Yes.
It's on season 2 apparently.
Yes, but there's some
How's it
moves.
2 seasons? I don't know how those 2 seasons.
There are some moves that I cannot do at this weight that I used to be able to do when I was smaller.
So like 10 pounds down, you would be able to do a
Yes.
certain maneuver.
Yes. And some things I'm not out of breath or whatever the case is because now I'm moving more weight.
So, okay, and I heard there's a bunch of different people there that bear allegations because they're allegations. Like there's that.
The other one was the fact that she was mean. And someone was like, they said that, oh, she doesn't have to be nice to you. She has to be professional.
Professional.
So if you can't handle professionalism, then she doesn't owe you anything.
That's like being like, hey, you need a bathe. You stink. I don't care. I don't have to be nice to you. You stink. Go bathe. You smell bad. I don't need to be professional. We have to be professional. You're affecting everybody with your scent.
I mean,
Go bathe. Go bathe. Go bathe your dad's skin.
Affecting
I don't need to be nice to you. I'll be nice to you by telling you this.
that is.
So you think that's how she's gonna get off?
Yes.
That could get off.
Yeah.
She might have to pay something though.
She
She
have to
probably
pay a little
might.
something still.
Especially for the legalities, yeah.
But what
But
about
the-
the girl that they said because she said she was a virgin?
No, see, I wasn't accurate.
She was a virgin, and they were like calling her out on the virgin.
What?
They kept bringing up the fact that she's a virgin. One of the dancers, they kept saying something about she's a virgin and all that nonsense.
And that's part of the reason why she wasn't engaging in the acts?
I don't know, but like, man,
But my thing was the apology. That was the thing that did it for me. Her public apology screamed that the events were true.
that's why she did a track about it. About the whole NDA locking people in the rooms, taking their phones and deleting whatever.
Oh, Jesus.
You never heard about this?
No.
Damn.
Now you got to put an insert of the song in.
I don't remember the song. I heard
Is it-
it. I heard it and shout out Extra Gravy. They played the part where she's like no NDA, some song. Some song.
Isn't it a song called Rumors?
Yes.
And she was, no, so she was telling
She
herself
said
on the
so-
song.
she said something
Like
like
the
that.
joke on Twitter is, yeah.
So they say.
She basically told on herself, yeah.
But yeah.
Like, no, but I wasn't right. Catching the dildos launched from the performer's genus and eating bananas. So they're doing both. They're eating the bananas that are protruding out. Follow me, guys. Protruding out,
And then
and
catching
they're catching it.
Until I see that on the paperwork, I'm not
That's hilarious.
going to hear it from anywhere
That's
else.
hilarious.
I do not want to hear that from anywhere else.
Well, that's part of it.
At the end of the day,
Pickled bananas.
at the end of the day, it's hard for me to believe that this is a thing.
Why?
No, actually,
I just don't understand.
kind of not shocked, actually.
You don't understand what?
That's harsh for me to believe that, like, you know, I know the funny thing is it's so easy to believe, but for me it's still like, nah, man, they were coming at you crazy. And sometimes you do have yourself to blame in certain aspects, but like they were coming at you crazy to the point that like, now, yeah, don't this Liz, you know what I mean? And now you find out this, and it's kind of just like, And then I heard something about she fired all her black staff and now has all white staff.
Oh, jeez, well.
I don't know how true. This is all alleged. Everything's alleged here. But like,
I mean, like I said, that apology, public apology that she did, or for her PR did it, they did a very poor job in that one.
I think you're saying good job. I was like,
No, poor job. Because they spoke if it was her or if it was them, they spoke on the dismissal of staff, improper dismissal of staff. And they said that she would not do such things, and that if she was to do it, she would make sure she was doing it in a professional, by the book kind of way. But does not address anything about the rumors of sexual anything.
stop spreading the rumors around.
So I was like, she addresses the employment parts, but she doesn't say anything about the sexual stuff. Like, I would have been, she's like, oh, I'm sorry that people experience this, that, and the third. She's like,
I'm sorry to experience this one.
If they are, because she has it up. I think it was Spiritual World or Hollywood Unlocked. I think they were the ones who had it. And, but she never says anything about, like, I'm very upset with the rumors of the sexual conduct or misconduct, or she never addresses it. So it kind of says, like, because that's really the forefront of the story, not the employment. The fact that you have people doing stuff that they don't want to do, and then lowering their hours.
Maybe it's because of that's still like a pending case. So it's like, since it's a pending case, you can't like show any guilt. Is that how it is? Like, if you show any remorse or guilt, like if you apologize for something pertaining to the case, it's like you're subjecting to admission of guilt or admission of something. Something like that. Something like that.
If she does, I'm not saying that she has to apologize for it, but just more so like she didn't even address it. She didn't even say anything about like,
she could have jumped ahead and be
don't
like,
call my name on this.
Yeah, like, whoa, that's sexual stuff. Whoa, I didn't believe that.
But then this is the thing. I feel like it might be a double edged, because it's her. Someone else. I think the dancer that's getting her, the choreographer is getting into the mix too. Got into the mix of the lawsuit too.
Yes.
For whatever reason, but you know what? Since it's a pending case.
You okay?
It's the sigh for me. Like, since it's pending, are we gonna follow it like Johnny Depp?
I froze like that politician just a while ago. I'm not gonna lie to you. But at the end of the day, I'll just say some things are just better left not said, yo. And I'm just gonna say,
how come she's getting exposed now? I never believe like.
Sometimes when certain things happen, it happens for a certain reason. Did you say anything about like, you know?
About I mean, now we gotta switch the word. I mean, did she say anything about or piss off? How am I gonna land this plane?
I know who you're talking about, but the higher ups.
I know you're talking. Yeah.
Did you say anything about higher ups? Did you say like Jesus is Lord or something like that? Like, you know, when you say certain things, it's like automatic smear campaign, like easy, like the quickest, like.
Sure, yeah.
Like, you know,
a little quip on Fox, yeah.
Like Jay Foxx.
No one believes it's him.
I believe it's him now.
Now?
After that post, I believe it's him now. Based off that post, they'd have to apologize with the
apology?
No.
The apology or the
both. Because it's just weird that like I don't know. It's kind of weird.
It went. First of all, Jennifer Aniston.
I don't know what happened. I woke up seeing that post that Jamie Foxx did. And then I woke up seeing him apologize.
Watch out for the Judas.
And then
it's really just
a
betrayal. Just watch out for the Judas.
And then I'm hearing Jennifer Foxx is gonna flop, but I don't know why. But at the same time, I'm like,
because she implied it was anti-Semitic. That's why. By saying, "Oh, I didn't know I don't stand for anti-Semitic," and she threw her jacket on him to make it imply that what he said was specific to, you know.
But it wasn't.
But it wasn't, yeah.
But at the same time.
What was that? I didn't even read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because everyone's just
something's up, yeah.
Everyone's going, hold on.
No, I just don't want to say it. I'm just going to leave it as it is.
What happened?
Okay, hold on.
Okay, I heard about him apologizing. Excuse me.
He just got out the hospital. What?
I know,
what-
that's what's
what-
crazier.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. You guys have lenience for certain people, like in a weird way sometimes.
I'm gonna find this.
Like someone can bust his head, have like a mother like what if
coco.
like imagine like someone on
coco.
70th Street that's like a kid show, bust his head, mother flip. Oh, I can't believe you swore. How dare you swore? I don't care if you fell, you're a child star, you shouldn't swear. And then they're gonna slander the man. I'm like, the man dropped and bust his head. You never stubbed your toe and cuss a whole lot of bad words by accident. These things happen. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know.
It's. I'm like that example got me giggling. I don't know why. That's just.
I don't know, man. But at the end of the day,
It was like when the guy passed away, the Pee Wee Herman actor.
mm-hmm.
It was like he was doing those like those kid. It wasn't. He was doing kid movies. It was like, you know, back in the day they used to show cartoons, but it was a really adult theme. But they just layered it well, right? But then what happened is like, they caught the man in a certain theater, and they just said, "Hey, what are you doing in this type of theater?" And then his career just got blanked out of that. But it's like I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know anything about that stuff. I don't know anything about that. I didn't know.
Why can't I find it?
I don't know anything about
there we
Pee
go,
Wee Herman like
Jesus,
that still.
man.
RP to him though.
Hold on, but anyways, yeah, okay. This is a quote from Jamie Foxx in the story, which, I mean, I don't know how, a lot of people don't know how the internet works. I mean, once it's posted, it's a wrap. Yeah. But anyways, they killed this dude named Jesus. Dude, okay? What do you think they'll do to you? Fake friends, fake love. Remember, those are the hashtags.
How is that anti-Semitic?
Yeah, I don't...
I mean, if you read your Bible, but at the same time,
Another question I was asking all day. If a mob boss calls a hit on somebody, and then the police do their police work and they find out, don't both of them get in trouble? The hitter and the person who made the call?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about the
By
mob, so
association.
you know, you're gonna have to cite Godfather 1 or 2 or something. I don't know, or 3, or Goodfellas, Casino.
Goodfellas really good too. Goodfellas.
Sometimes I feel like we just
A mom movie that's entertaining, guys. Goodfellas. Casino's good. It's long, but it doesn't feel like it's long. Very good.
hey yo. But I think it's time to wrap this up.
Love.
I think we should wrap this up. I mean, you know, it's a wrap. You know, you guys feeling good as hell?
I am trying to figure out who killed Jesus.
No. What are your plugs, Nerdsy? What are your plugs?
Technically, the Romans did. Like the Romans, like,
I mean,
they did, but like.
because at the time, that was the only place that did like by death.
Yes. No, you're right. So how is that anti-Semitic though?
You know what I think it is?
If anything, it's probably against Romans.
I
And the current Romans are who? Not Italians? Or Greeks?
Wait, that makes my analogy even better.
I'm gonna say
Because allegedly mob hits, and mobs associated with
Yeah.
Italians. So if they descended from Romans, that means, what, man?
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, what are we saying right now?
I'm gonna say this for a book.
That's
Easy.
crazy.
For a book to be so inaccurate, it's crazy how potent and how controversial and how crazy this book can stir the pot on certain
people.
individuals and certain things. But yeah, it's an inaccurate book to some people. Huh. You don't say.
A good tweet I read too. I don't call it X. A good tweet I read was Jennifer Aniston was probably the fake friend, allegedly.
I don't.
So he's in the hospital. He's going like, where are all these stars that I worked with that have good relationships? They didn't visit me.
But that also says they tried to kill him.
Hey, dude, I mean,
Man, what's the plugs? Let's get this wrapped up.
Okay, you can definitely find me on Instagram at thenerdzz, TheNerdZZZ, and you can definitely find my photography page at zzz.studioto.
Delnijiro, DELNIJIRO. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. This heat is like just made me forget something for like 1 second.
It's on and off, man.
It's-
It's
no, like-
very inconsistent.
It's very inconsistent. But yes, support down the drill.
Jay Hunterville, on Instagram.
Yeah, like
We posted on Twitch.
who's our PR? Dumb mother. Oh, sorry.
Busy Boys, call the pod out. If you have any questions, complaints, concerns, send it to askthevent@gmail.com. We're on the Vent Pod on Instagram, Twitch, Threads, all over the world. And we're on Spotify, iTunes, any streaming platform. If we're not, let us know. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, listening. You guys be safe. You know, it's for the people at school, because I think people started school in the States in August.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all happy back to school, like I guess. And you guys be safe out of these streets, all right? This is the Vent, and we out. Peace.
Peace.